Okay, so here's the reality. Heroin is a terrible, life-destroying drug, and it's in our communities. And as parents, we tell ourselves that it will never happen to my child. My child will never be an addict. We can't even fathom drugs will be a part of our child's life. But the reality is, it can happen to your child. This is what we know to be true. Heroin has a wide span of reach. It affects all types of people and those with all types of family backgrounds. No one is immune. We also know that heroin most often is a progression. Those who use heroin don't start with heroin. It starts with something else. A drink at a party, smoking a little weed with a friend just to try it, a prescription pill they start taking after a sports injury, and then the need for more kicks in. They have no fear. The kids who use heroin never thought they would. They never thought drugs would take over their lives. There's a very common theme to all heroin addicts. They all thought it would not happen to them. They wouldn't be addicted. It wouldn't be them. But here's the reality. It can happen to them, and it has happened to way too many kids. The same kids who said they would never be an addict. And far too many parents who said that it would never be their child have had to watch heroin destroy their child's life, or even worse, they've had to bury their child.
Everyone close your eyes. Now picture your son or daughter, or each of your kids. Picture their beautiful faces, their personalities. Keep your eyes closed, and now picture a drug addict. Their face, their hair, their clothes. Did you picture the same person? Did you picture your son or daughter as the addict? Now open your eyes. When you picture an addict, do you picture a beautiful blue-eyed kid like this? A kid with so much personality and a gift of making everyone around her smile. One that lights up a room when she walks in. An intelligent, personable, charismatic girl, always smiling, always fun, always encouraging and motivating others. Did you picture a kid that has her entire life in front of her with so many choices and opportunities? Is this the image you pictured? Well, as her mother, neither did I. I just described my daughter, Marisa. Marisa was a drug addict. She began using drugs at the age of 14. She started by taking prescription painkillers out of the cabinets in my home. She went on to marijuana, alcohol, and meth, and eventually heroin. It was heroin that took her life at the young age of 20. As a parent, we take care of our kids. That's what we do. They're hungry, we feed them. If they get a scrape, we fix it with a Band-Aid and a kiss. They have middle school drama, we fix it by lending an ear, giving advice, and a box of tissues. That's what we do. We guide, protect, we pray, and we love them. But what do you do when that's not enough? What do you do when drugs take over your family? What do you do when you realize your child is not being a normal, rebellious teenager and has actually started using or has become addicted to drugs? Everyone thinks it can't be their child, making up reasons in their mind as to why this couldn't or wouldn't happen to their son or daughter. But drugs do not discriminate. Drugs do not care if you are young or old, rich or poor, the class president or the kid who keeps to themselves. Drugs do not care about your race or what town you live in. They didn't care she was my little girl. They didn't care that she had so much potential. Drugs didn't care. It's important for society to realize drugs do not discriminate. It's important for parents to watch for signs and seek help. It's important for young adults to surround themselves with good friends. It's time to talk about drugs with our kids. Awareness and education are so important right now as we fight this drug epidemic going on in our state, our town, our neighborhoods, and in our homes. Reach out for support, talk about it, raise awareness, share stories like MyMarisa's so you don't have to share one like this of your child.
As a parent, you need to be aware of the reality that drugs are everywhere and they can reach your child. You need to be involved in your child's life, and you need to know the signs to look for so you can help your child. If your child is sick, you naturally take them to the doctor to get better. Drugs are no different. So what do you do if you suspect your child may be using drugs, or specifically heroin? You should first know you're not alone. There are help and resources available. You should also know you're not to blame. Drugs and their life-destroying power do not discriminate, so it's not your fault, but do the best you can to help them. Your children need you to be involved in their lives. They need to know their worth. Part of the value in life they feel starts at home and from knowing you care about them and are involved in their life. It's our job as parents to be an involved parent. Sometimes with all our other responsibilities in life, being fully engaged in our children's lives is hard, but they are our children. We want them to have a bright future. They are worth it. They are worth your time. Our kids are worth it. So educate yourself and talk to your kids about drugs. The more you talk to your kids about drugs, the less uncomfortable it becomes. Talking to your kids is the only way we can begin to stop this terrible epidemic. If your child, or even you as a parent, are struggling with addiction, please reach out for help. You can simply call 211 and they can get you the help you need. Call 211. It's free, confidential, and available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. There is help, and there is hope. Take a step in the right direction for you and for your child. You are worth it. They are worth it. All you have to do is make that first step towards a better, happier life.
Go to YouTube, watch and share all MyMarisa videos.